Do you ever struggle in your trading? Have you ever had doubts about whether your system really works or not? And do you ever wish you could just have complete faith and trust in what you're doing? If this is you, then you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to overcome those doubts and how to build confidence in your trading. I'm Pepper, this is Godly Trading, and today we are talking about how to develop rock solid faith in your trading. Now, you might be wondering if that's even possible. Believe me when I say I understand. I used to be exactly where you are right now, so I know exactly how you feel. Like you're stuck in this neutral place, always taking one step forward, one step back, or maybe one step forward, two steps back. Never able to gain any traction, any momentum, and most importantly, never able to gain any confidence in either yourself or in what you're doing. And, with that lack of confidence comes kind of a distrust in your trading system, in you as a trader, and sometimes even in trading in general. For me, doubt, all of these doubts, was a constant companion. And it wasn't until I took the time to fully understand this Bible verse that I'm about to give you that things finally turned around for me and I became a successful trader. So today I'm going to show you how to do exactly that in 5 simple steps. So, as always, let's turn to the world's best trading manual and read from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For me, this is the most applicable trading verse in the entire Bible. I think that whoever wrote the book of Hebrews was a day trader. So I said 5 simple steps. Step 1 is to understand the definition of trading faith. In order to set out on this journey, we need to know where our destination is. So this word there for faith, the actual definition, the Greek word is pistis, and it means not just a feeling of, oh, I think I know what I'm doing. 2 specific words there I love in that definition: assurance and conviction. Wouldn't you love to have assurance and conviction in what you are doing? We casually use the word faith, I believe. Oh, I have faith that this chair will hold me up. Do I have conviction that this chair will hold me up? In our trading, what this looks like is simple. We sit down every day with the assurance that what we're doing is the right thing in general, it's the right thing for us, and that it will work. We are stepping out every single day into the market with the conviction that this thing we call trading, this thing that we are doing to benefit our families, is right and will work. If that's what you want for your trading, keep watching. Step 2, we have to lay a foundation of trading faith. I love this bit here. So I keep saying I love this bit. I love the whole verse. It's just so applicable. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. That word substance, let's break it down. Sub meaning below, and stance meaning to stand on. This faith that we are trying to develop, that we are setting as our end goal for trading, it's our foundation. It is the foundation stone that we lay in everything we build above it. I used to have a landscaping company. We built concrete and paver patios and walls and whatnot. And 90% of the work, and we had customers asking us about this, 90% of the work is all below the ground. It's the preparation for the foundation. And if you don't get that right, nothing else will work. Jesus talks about it in Matthew 7, where he talks about the 2 houses. One is built on sand and one is built on a rock. And when the wind and the waves come and beat against the 2 houses, one of them falls, the one that's built on sand falls, and the one that's built on the rock does not. And believe me, you are going to, if you haven't already been beaten and battered, those are the 2 words, when the wind and the waves beat and batter against it. If you haven't yet felt like that in trading, at some point you will. Matter of fact, I love the wave analogy, because sometimes, let me ask you this, Have you ever felt like you were drowning out there in the markets? Maybe too much information, maybe too many negative trades, whatever it is. Not only did you feel beat up, but you felt like you were just drowning. Having the rock to stand on, to build on, is what helps you withstand all of those things. Look, every single day we're going to have some need to plant our feet firmly on the rock of faith. And so laying that foundation, realizing that it is the foundation for our entire trading career, is what is so critical. So that's step number 2. Are you tired of struggling in your trading? If so, I want to invite you to join our free masterclass coming up on Wednesday. It's called The 5 Mistakes Sabotaging Your Trading and How to Finally Break the Cycle of Inconsistent Trading. Now, we're going to be using biblical principles to show you some almost hidden mistakes that every single struggling trader is making. The ones that I was making before until I learned to overcome them, until I learned what the Bible says about how to put them behind you and start trading in a way that honors God and serves your family. So if that's what you want, if that's the kind of trader you want to be, then just go to godlytrading.com and register now for our free masterclass coming up on Wednesday. Now back to the video. Step number 3, the realization of trading faith. And I don't mean that you suddenly realize that you need faith, right? It's not that kind of realization. It's converting something from internal to external, making it real. What am I talking about here? Faith is the substance of things hoped for. All of the dreams and the goals that you have for your trading, for your family, all of those things, realizing, bringing those into reality. The faith that you are trying to develop, that you know what the definition of it is, that you are laying as the foundation stone, that faith is what moves ideas from invisible hope to visible results. Your desired future, the financial freedom, even something as simple as I want to be a consistent trader day by day, is built on this faith. And when you are standing on that, you can realize that day by day and then in the future. Without faith, those hopes never materialize into actual trading life. So, definition of trading faith, foundation of trading faith, realization of trading faith. The next one, the application of trading faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Bringing this down to real world nuts and bolts. How do you have evidence in your trading? You build it. That's what backtesting is. I am a convert to the radical importance of backtesting. When I first began my trading career, I would find a system and just say, you know what, I don't need to test it ahead of time. I'll just test it as I trade it. I'll get a rolling start. I'll just start trading it and see what happens. And, I would give it 2 or 3 weeks at most, and things would happen. Oh, this one must not work, and switch. When in reality, if I had tested it, I would have seen through my testing that there are peaks and valleys. There are times when it's moving and times when it's not moving. Last year, bringing this specifically to me and my trading, last year in May, the system that I've been trading for 4 years had its worst month ever. Ironically, it was a month after I had gotten some new investment. People were giving me their money to trade for them. And it just so happens, timing-wise, it was the worst. It was like end of April 2025. Got the investment money in. May was the worst month I'd had in 4 years. It was about a 6% loss that month for a system that gains about 2% a month. And I was naturally, I was experiencing a myriad of emotions simultaneously. One of which was, okay, I've got some extra responsibility here. Let me go and check. Just make sure what's going on. Obviously, for me, I had an 8-trade losing streak during that period of time. And not just an 8-trade losing streak, like 8 trades in a row, but it was like 11 out of 13 losses. All right. I went back and I looked at my back testing that I had done 4 years prior. And my backtesting results, way back then, said, hey, at some point during the course of trading this system, there's a 3% chance you could have an 8-trade losing streak. After 4 years of trading, 3% just kicks in. It's just math. What it enabled me to do was to stand on the foundation of faith in that system, to say, nothing is wrong. Everything is going according to plan. And I was able to continue trading that system with faith, and it turned around. That is what we're talking about, building this faith and then standing on it and applying that faith day by day in your system. It starts here with creating the evidence of things not seen. If you're trading a system and you don't know what it does for you, not what it did for somebody else, but what it does for you, you do not have a foundation to stand on when the wind and the wave comes battering up against you. You have to build not necessarily the system for yourself, but you have to build the faith in the system for yourself. Lastly, the implementation of trading faith. And some of you are thinking, hang on a minute, we're at the end of the verse. Where's he getting this one from? The very beginning. I love this. I did not see this until I think Myron Golden mentioned it. How does the verse start? Now faith. Now. That's an action, not then faith. All too often, we can get stuck in testing mode or practice mode. We can talk ourselves out of taking that step of faith. One of the best images, mental pictures I have ever seen in my life of a step of faith, a leap of faith, is from Indiana Jones #3, the one with Sean Connery. The best of the bunch, in my opinion. And he is standing, it's like the last of the trials he has to go through to get the cup so he can help his father. And it's this giant chasm. And I forget what it was called, but he knows he's got to get to the other side. And he knows that it's too far to jump. And unbeknownst to him, there's a bridge right in front of him that's camouflaged that he can't see. And so he's like, I've got to get across. I know I can't jump. And there's this, and Harrison Ford does a fantastic job. There's this look on his face when you can see the wheels turning and they go click. Oh, this is a leap of faith. And his face is like, crap. And he sticks his foot out. He puts his foot out, and then he leans forward, and it lands on the foundation stone that he's walking across. The leap of faith. Fast forward to November of last year, and preacher, I'm in my sound booth under the stage, broadcasting on Facebook, and preacher starts talking about this, and I'm like, I was going through something in the business, and he starts talking about this leap of faith. I'm like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. And then he says this, hey, you've been calling it a leap of faith your entire life. I'm like, how does he know that? And he says, it's not a leap of faith. It's a step of obedience. I'm like, really? Really? Can I crawl under my soundboard to protect me from the Spirit of God doing, hey, Pepper, go do this thing. Anyway, now faith. I've wandered off the topic. Now faith is taking everything that you know and saying, I'm taking a step of obedience. The purpose of faith is action. Actually trading, not just preparing forever. This is why this one verse encapsulates everything that we as traders need to go out and fulfill this calling from God on our lives, so that every day we can step out into the markets, standing on the rock of conviction and assurance, withstanding the battering of the wind and the waves, trying to realize a new future for our families, and take action, and do it in a way that honors God and serves the ones he put us here to serve. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you next time.